I was a traveling salesman, got lost on the back road, fell in with a crowd of drifters. I used to pretend I saw her smiling and waving. I don't think I can anymore. Some of us don't believe in life, and then you get turned into a walking death like me. It casts no shadow. Well, so here I am with another prostitute. Her blonde, blank face snatches from me nothing. She sniffles at me. And I dropped a precious bottle of champagne. Bad luck. Champagne she wanted a few years ago at a fair. She doesn't look like she's won much in her life. But if only she knew my life, running up and down the railroad, selling cheap, crappy nonesuch to people like her who have no money and no dreams to trade. I grew up in an appropriated shack. A railroad car. It's like this horse. Stalled trains, empty between trains. Mother Nature herself whizzes by, and I forget her. Ungrateful me. Lonely railway, don't you cry. Let me hold you in my arms tonight. My only friend is the squeak the car makes on it dry. Metal. I hate rain. I will never own a samovar, just as I have never owned a wife or children. Only dirty women along the way. Although sometimes a pair of eyes makes you bit your cheek very hard. Usually the rails don't love you, and they don't tend to.
The drifter said, "You are a clever woman, yet God grant you talk as much nonsense as an old nurse." Already I was drunk on vodka, everything a blur, but it was he who dropped the champagne. Bad luck for the new year. The rogue was whining about his own hard luck, starving and lost in stations, how he fell with a pack of beggars off track. His life a tortured loop, winding back to the stations again. How he watches the waves of women framed in every train window as they glide past. So flawless they seem like cameos, some real, some not. Flawless because they elude him, but I do not. He grows impatient with my thin flesh, lunges. I escape his grip. He flies at the door, falls unconscious. Hours pass. Twilight. I'm drifting into dreamless sleep. Outside, the stars swirl like Katrine's knitting. Blue ice, red flames, they burn, far from the eyes of men. This nomad thinks he knows about stations, misery, but we exist in this old train car, derailed, stuck in this station of arrivals and departures, so poor we sell our bodies to an idiot like him, and worse, while he saves a ride for himself. My youth was cast away, a useless cigarette butt. My parents died. I was a child myself, left to mother little Katrine. I am, as I was, no schooling, no money, nothing. And I had to teach Katrine about the world of men. I never wanted this, but there, we have to eat. Katrine could have been a smart girl. Her knitting is like the stars. But her eyes so clear stay glued to the rails. Now the train whistles its arrival. My guilt echoes, echoes. Men stumble from the cars. Bloodshot eyes scan the platform. So sorry, Katrine. You could have had so much. Some evenings I ply her with blini and jam, a glass of tea. Each night I lose her to the trains. And me, if there is only one John, he picks Katrine. Her youth numbs her, poor creature, like a sponge, soaking up their sweet talk like a child after candy. Katrine arrives on the late train from town just in time to greet the drifter. Naturally, he makes a big play for her, gets drunk, shoves me again. I brew tea to calm him, but our samovar leaks. So much lost. The man leaves, thank God, in the early hours. Outside, a last star burns into morning. It reminds me somehow of Katrine's knitting. Blue ice, red flames.
She doesn't understand. She thinks it was she who took my innocence. I always knew. I was always watching her, wearing her clothes in the mirror while she went with the men. She says I waste the money. But I like my things. Travel, movement. I like some caviar, lace, and fur on the way back from St. Petersburg. I like an empty car. And knowing, just absolutely knowing that I earned every cent by being with every nasty man. While our hovel falls down on me, our empty railcar shack. I like nice things. Sometimes I buy them for Nadezhda. But she refuses. Her jewels are so old. When men look at me, they see into my eyes. And they understand nothing or something. Or something. For Nadezhda. For her work. For me. Oh, well, life's short.
Казав милий, що мене попросить, як на горі пшеницю покосить. Він покосив, вже осінь третя тому рада, третя тому рада, третя тому рада.
She doesn't understand. She thinks it was she who took my innocence. I always knew. I was always watching her, wearing her clothes in the mirror while she went with the men. She says I waste the money. But I like my things. Travel, movement. I like some caviar, lace, and fur on the way back from St. Petersburg.